my main thrust here for the next 3 years, we have to do more with less. And we've been saying this right along, but we really do. The way the taxes are, we have to do more with less. And we can do this. We can do this by using our latest personnel that we've hired. Technology, we have a technology director, I think he has an assistant. We're sharing this with the schools, which is the first time since I've lived in town where we have a very good relationship with the school system, which is fantastic. And that's the, regionalization, that's part of it, but the technology is very important. And then we have an engineer we hired, very important to operate the town. The town has never had an engineer. That's what they're trained for. The engineers are trained to run this type of organization, water, sewer, roads, and their analysis of costs. And we have a financial department with a new treasurer and a new accountant. And we finally have a situation where we have everything in a row and we're getting numbers in. When I first became a selectman, I think for the first 2 years, the numbers weren't good. And we really couldn't do it. You can't be proactive if you don't have good financial records. But for the last year, the records are excellent. We also have the advisory board, the capital budget that works with the selectmen to review these numbers. So we do have the numbers now. Now to be proactive, what we should be doing, this is my opinion, is that with this team, the financial team, technology and engineering team, we should be analyzing at least once a year, maybe less than that, everything we do in town, everything. If we're buying a bus, buying a truck, whatever we're doing, it should be analyzed to see if we really need it. In many cases, we buy equipment, we buy things, and we do things that we don't have the right numbers. But by having the numbers once a month come out, by the month to date and quarter to date numbers, you have much better control of our finances. It's very, very important. But I want to get off that a little bit. My big concern right now, since we got through town meeting, is that we have healthcare is our biggest hit. And as the town manager was speaking, I don't know if he spoke to me personally or whatever, I can remember he was saying that it was going to cost us a 7.5% increase in our healthcare costs, which is $300,000. I don't know if that's our share of the total hit. But then I just talked to him recently, and he had enough proactive ability to call the insurance company, call a couple different insurance companies, and he found that we went back to our own insurance company. And because we don't have that many claims against our insurance policy, that they're supposedly going to give us a 0%. Now, right off the bat, that's $300,000 savings. Don't forget, we haven't spent it, but it's projected in our budgets. And that's very important. But one thing we have to all understand that our employees, because of past contracts, the employee pays 31% of the premium. We pay 69%. And this is a real thorn in my side because all our surrounding towns, Hingham, Hull, and Situate, all are 50-50, which means a considerable, we have some ways to go. Now, how are we going to get there? I don't know. We have to negotiate. They're all union. There's the schools and everybody else. We have to get a grasp of this. And this also affects our unfunded health care liabilities as well as our unfunded pension liabilities. Now, health care, I believe if we were able to go 50-50, the amount of the unfunded health care is about $38 million unfunded. The town owes $38 million unfunded. And we also owe, approximately, these are all actuarial numbers, about $10 million unfunded pension liabilities. So eventually,
16.
It went up. That's what I wanted you here for. 16. That's $50 million roughly. Let's go. $50 million this town owes. Not just the state, this town. I'm sure other towns have the same problem. But I think if we could negotiate, even though it costs us money, a 50-50, I think that affects the unfunded health care. It should bring it down. And I don't know how we're going to get there. I really don't have an answer for that. The other thing here is the CPC. We all get it in our taxes. It's done some nice projects in town. It really has. But right now, I believe they have have close to $1 million in their reserve fund. And I think it's time to say, to give the taxpayers a little break in taxes. Let's reduce it to 0.75 or 0. I don't know if 0 is an acceptable limit for town meeting, but 0.75, at least we're getting half of it down. And don't forget that money used to be, when we first went into it, at 1.5%, it used to come from, it used to be 100. In other words, if you put a dollar in, the state would give you $1. Now I think it's, what, 48 cents or?
Not even that much.
Something like that. But I'm just saying, this is how we're gonna take away at everything in the town has to be looked at. And that's why I'm so glad we have the three, you know, the engineer, the technology, and the financial team. Because now we'll have real numbers. It's so important to have those real numbers. Without those real numbers, you can't cut things that you don't know what you're cutting. And I don't mean cutting anything, I'm saying run them better. Run them better.